everything. Stainless steel appliances, tankless water heaters, free wiring for flat screen TVs, and more. Because at Lennar Homes, everything's included includes everything. Visit a Lennar Welcome Home Center and tour your new Everything's Included home today.
Welcome back to the Renegade Report. I'm Francis Mayer, Sports Information Director for the greatest junior college athletic department in the known universe. And that's a true story. Why? Well, because they hate us because they're not from Bakersfield. Everywhere I go, especially when I travel with the football team, the biggest audiences for the teams we play on the road always show up when Bakersfield comes to town. They cannot handle the fact that the so-called armpit of California beats their skulls in at every sport we play, and swimming is no exception. Right now I have Lexi Zimmerman on the show, and Eric has stuck around, Eric of the Ice Chest, Eric. And he had a good run in the last event. How did you do?
I did actually pretty well. I got second overall.
Wow.
Girls, yeah.
Again, Bakersfield went to another place and kicked people's butts. Go figure.
Of course.
Yes, right. Now, you look the part of the swimmer. And we were just talking about Rosebrooke Hunt of the women's basketball team is going to be on next. And she was saying that our events, and I wrestled, are a little bit different because we love to do them, right?
Right.
And our practices are like play. But practice for you guys, let's talk about that for a minute. It's straight up work.
It's a little more like torture.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely just putting work in every day.
Yeah. It's like 5:30 every morning right now, just about. And
Yeah,
Oh,
5:30 for weights.
for weights, and then we go back in the afternoon for swim. So
Yeah.
it's twice a day.
And it's not swimming like swim day. You
Yeah.
guys aren't jumping in and splashing
No,
each other
no.
and breaking out water. You know, the noodle deals. What is your practice like? What is your workout like when you show up?
We start, like, we just do like a basic warm up, just kind of like slower intervals, just kind of like getting in the rhythm. And then we get on, like, we either do like a distance set, like going like 500s, which is like 20 laps of the pool. And then we do sprints sometimes. Like, it just depends on the
But
day.
you're swimming back and forth.
We're swimming back and forth constantly.
Eric, you were saying how many miles or yards, how many lengths do you have in that body of yours?
Well, myself, I've been swimming since I was like 5, competitively, club stuff. So, I mean, I probably have anywhere in the range of 600 to 800,000 yards, probably. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And just think of those flip turns. I flip turn every wall, so every 100 is 4. So
a
I
lot of
probably have a
flipping.
fourth of that number, like 200,000 is flip turns. So I've done 225,000 flip turns probably.
Wow.
lifetime.
Okay. And
Something
I know
like
that
that.
when you're a grown up someday, your body will go through changes, and you'll develop a gut. So a lot of times doctors are like, swimming's low impact. You should try swimming first. How is your health, like joint wise?
I have a bad shoulder right now. I just got back from physical therapy, actually.
no.
2 bad shoulders.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's
What's wrong with your shoulder?
It's right here in the tendon. It's just swollen and not exactly happy.
Yeah, lots of swimmers have their shoulders
It's swimmer shoulder.
brought forward, basically,
Yeah.
and because all our movement's up in the front.
So we work
don't have a
these
whole lot-
muscles and not
yeah,
those.
Everything pulls everything forward, and so we get like the texting neck, just
Ooh.
naturally.
So we're just slunched over all the time.
You have terrible posture.
Yeah.
Right, in wrestling, you're supposed to keep your shoulders up, right? And you're
Right.
hunched. So I don't think there's any sport that really is good for your posture, except maybe fencing,
Maybe.
Maybe.
And then ballerinas have all kinds of injuries too.
Right.
Talk a little bit about the monotony, though. You were saying something about the black line at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah. For as long as I can remember, the most common design on the bottom of the pool is a black line. in each lane. And so it's about
It's
6 to 8 inches across, and you just stare at
it's
it
just
for as long
back
as you
and
can.
forth the whole time. Just,
And sometimes kids will write messages on the blacktop on the bottom of the pool, and they write messages. And
Really?
Yeah.
so you read that as you go. Or, like the next day, you're like, oh, I saw that yesterday. Or, oh, hey, this is new.
They're
Does
like
it get rubbed off?
So it's like fortune cookies, but
really.
graffiti on the bottom of the pool. It's kind of cool. Like, you see something
It is
new every
kinda-
day.
You can't listen to music while you swim.
No.
Oh, no, it's too loud for that in the water. It's a lot
Wow.
louder than you think.
Unless
Yeah,
we had
it's-
underwater speakers. I mean,
Do some pools have that?
Yeah, I went
I've
to
been
one.
to a pool like that,
Yeah.
which is nice.
It was
but-
pretty
How did
cool.
the music sound? Did it sound warbled?
It was
like-
clear. Like the one I went to, it was just clear. It was clearer underwater than it was above.
Wow, this is a whole new wrinkle I hadn't considered. I mean, I've jogged a lot of miles. I've jogged a lot of miles while I was hungry, but I always had music as a companion.
Yeah.
How, like, are you meditating while you're swimming? Like, that's got to be kind of, I don't know. That's an odd thought. You're in there for 2 hours with no sound and just like your own heartbeat and your breathing, right?
Yeah, just hours of self-reflection.
Basically, yeah.
Is it seriously?
Think
Eric?
about all the stupid things that you've done in the past. Like, it's great.
On top of all the dumb things you're doing right then,
Yeah.
that your coach has no problem telling you all about. So,
Oh, yeah. They have
So-
no shame.
Are they calling you out now specifically? That's really funny. I had never considered that aspect of swimming, the self-reflection, the thinking about the stupid things. Everyone has done them, of course. But is your coach bringing up physical things about are you constantly trying to make your strokes more efficient? Like
Yeah.
from
They tell us, like, they'll tell us constantly, like, in between sets, they'll be like, oh, like, work on this. And they just, like, have us perfect our stroke.
yeah, there's been a lot of, books coming into their possession. They read a lot of technique books, and so they're super excited. One just came in yesterday, and one of our coaches, Wes, he just got it, and he could not wait to show me every little page that he found. That was pretty cool.
did it they help you?
Yeah, I mean, they really want to make us better, and they do a great job. So I mean,
What about the suits? What do you guys wear when you swim?
I wear a Speedo and
Okay.
a pink drag suit.
And a what?
A pink drag suit.
What is a drag suit?
It's sort of like a parachute, but it's like an extra suit that goes on.
It's just baggy. It's
Yeah,
more-
yeah. It's
Yeah, it's a
it's sort of
baggier
like
suit.
mesh material, like board shorts or
But
basketball
you
shorts.
train with that on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you train with
Okay.
it. So when you take it off at meets, it's like not wearing weighted shoes when you run.
Got you.
So if I trained with ankle weights on, it'd be the same thing.
Understood. And you?
I wear a two-piece, actually. They're called Jolins, so they tie so they don't fall off.
Why
I don't...
is that really an issue? Like swimsuit, but like competitive swimsuits fall off women?
Oh, it's not for competition. That's just for practice. Like,
No,
for
yeah,
competition, we
training
wear one
suits
pieces.
and competition
Competition
suits
suits,
very
they're
different.
different.
Okay,
For
all
us,
right.
yeah.
Now, didn't they outlaw a suit a few years
Yeah,
ago?
yeah, the leg suit. I had a full leg when I was 10 years old, and they outlawed it when I was 11. And that was the worst day of my life because I loved that suit.
Do you remember that?
I remember that, yeah. That
Were
was
they
a sad
better?
day. It's just, it was more compression on more part of your, like, more of your body, so it just made you go faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But-
sort of like shark skin. It's like natural. It's like weird buoyancy, so it makes you too buoyant in the water. It's almost like cheating.
And it was
Basically.
cheating.
Yeah, it
Ultimately,
was.
they
Basically,
decided.
yeah.
Is there any sort of suit material edge now?
They have a lot of like tech suits, so it's suits that they engineered back at like Tier or Speedo, and they're like super tight, and it's like putting stitches on. It's so hard.
It takes a good, if you have one that's like the right size, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to put on.
Are you joking?
No, I've seen a guy
No.
take half an hour, 45 minutes.
I
easy.
helped a girl last year put on one and it took an hour.
Yeah, the
What?
Suits, yeah, the suits. It's
because they
total
don't
compression.
stretch because they're supposed to be super tight and compress your muscles, and so it took a while.
That is the most terrible thing I've ever heard.
It's-
Like getting dressed, I'm always looking for ways to.
It's
I wish I
miserable.
could just step into my clothing.
I know. That'd
If
be
there
nice.
was an invention that did that for me and chose the clothing, I would love that. So the idea of taking an hour to get into competition gear makes me a little nuts. That's insane.
It's a little frustrating.
Now, at the college, you have to wear a school-issued suit, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just go out and select your own suit.
No.
And do you wear goggles when you compete?
Yeah, we wear goggles, and some of the guys wear caps, but all the girls wear like a swim cap.
And that's geared towards you're constantly wanting to reduce drag.
Right. Well, the goggles, I just don't like chlorine water in my eyes, and so I wear goggles to keep myself safe. I also wear contacts, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, caps keep the hair for the girls inside their head, so it's not just floating around.
Like swimming without a cap is horrible.
Why is that?
It's just so much drag, like so much water gets caught in the hair,
Right.
and it makes you just like it feels like you're
It looks
dragging in
bad.
the water.
It looks bad.
Do you guys ever have an opportunity to show off your super swimming powers, like at the beach, for example? Do you ever like just swim out until no one can see you?
I do that sometimes. Like if I go to the beach with someone who's not a swimmer, I just kind of start swimming and showing off a little bit. It's
Do you
fun.
really?
A little bit
Like
sometimes.
you jam out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're just way back there, and
Right.
every man
Understood.
for himself.
Yes, yes. I swam once at the Santa Monica Pier. I was feeling very strong and athletic and young, and I swam a little far out. and I noticed I started feeling a little crampy, and then I looked at the beach, and I had to like control my panic because I was a little further out than I thought. And that's obviously a risk with open water swimming, but that's totally a different deal than what you guys do. Have you done any open water swimming?
I've done a few triathlons, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're pretty fun. It's just scary. You gotta watch out for guys like 3 times my age kicking. So actually, the breathing technique is way different too.
How is that?
So in freestyle, you breathe to the side. So you try and keep half of your face in the water. And it's kind of cool sometimes I can get it fast enough to where I whip my face back into the water, and I'll have an air bubble come with me.
Really?
Still breathe on it, yeah.
It is
But in
convenient when
open
that
water, you have
happens.
to come up this way so you can look, and then you come around to the side and breathe.
Wait, so you're actually still inhaling while you bring your face underwater?
A little
it's the
bit,
air
yeah.
bubbles that come in. It's pretty cool
How do you do that?
experience.
Just
Can you-
takes years.
Can you get that now pretty regularly, or is it just once in a while thing?
Every time.
Oh, I'm impressed now. Now I would like to. Now maybe I'll come out for swimming. I don't have any eligibility left, but your coach said I could come swim with you guys.
Sure.
Matt
There
Moon,
you go.
he's a new guy, correct?
Yeah, he's been there
Yeah.
for a couple years.
But he's newer to coaching.
Newer to coaching, yeah. He's
I mean,
kind of.
I had him as a club coach a couple years ago before I got into college. But I think he coached over at Kentucky. I want to say
He might have for a little
he
bit.
coached-
Yeah, that's where he swam
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was able to make a life out of athletics, and here he is now coaching you guys. Do you plan to go on after this and swim more?
Yeah, I already signed with another college.
Who did you sign with?
Cal State East Bay. It's in Hayward, up north. It's just south of San Francisco.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What about you, Mr. Wood? Are you gonna?
Nothing yet. I'm just seeing how this year goes.
Awesome, very good. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Good luck at Cal State East Bay.
Thank you.
Listen to some E40, get your head straight. It'll all make sense soon. Coming up next on the Renegade Report, we have Rosebrook Hunt. She is an adept rebounder, and her team is playing very well, but don't take it from me. I'm going to let her tell you all about it. That's coming up next on the Renegade Report.